Here is the anterior compartment of the forearm. Here we see there are different muscles, bulky muscles. Here we can see the brachioradialis muscle, and we see there is the pronator teres. Here is the radialis, flexor carpi radialis. Here is the palmaris longus. Here is the flexor digitorum superficialis, and here is the flexor carpi ulnaris. And interesting thing that these all these muscles originate in this part of the humerus. If we see the humerus, there is a medial epicondyle and there is a lateral epicondyle. From the medial epicondyle, all the muscles originate in the anterior compartment of the forearm that causes the flexion of this wrist joint. So this is known as the flexor, and this is the common flexor origin. From here, after originating in this part, the pronator teres muscle has a second origin in this part of the ulna, and finally it inserted in the radius. This part is the radial side of the hand, and this is the insertion of the pronator teres. And here is the flexor carpi radialis muscle. Here we can see this is the flexor carpi radialis. Here is the palmaris longus, and here is the flexor digitorum superficialis and the flexor carpi ulnaris. And if we want to see the insertion of this muscle, here the origin, common origin in here, the medial epicondyle of the humerus, and then it passes downward. This ulnar side, this is the ulnar muscle, and it finally insert in this part. So here is the origin, and here is the insertion, and this part, these bones is known as the metacarpal bones. This metacarpal, this is the first metacarpal, this is the second metacarpal, this is the third metacarpal. So we see that this is the flexor carpi radialis muscle, and tendon of this muscle inserted in the second and third metacarpal bones. This is the flexor carpi radialis. Here is the palmaris longus. This palmaris longus has the common origin in here, and they finally insert in the palmar aponeurosis. Later we will talk it what is palmar aponeurosis. It is inserted in the palmar aponeurosis. And finally the flexor carpi ulnaris, they insert in this three part. It insert in this, you can see here is the pisiform bone, here is the hamate bone, and here is the fifth metacarpal bone. So flexor carpi ulnaris has three insertions in the pisiform, in the hamate, and in the fifth metacarpal bone. Flexor digitorum superficialis, it has origin of it has a common origin in this medial epicondyle, and it has also a slip from the radius. It originates this part. This finally they form the tendon. There are two group of tendons. One group insert in this little finger and the ring finger, and the middle finger and the index finger another group. And this group finally divided into the four tendons. Here we see that these tendons are finally bifurcate like this. This is the phalanx, this is the distal phalanx, this is the middle phalanx, and this is the proximal phalanx. We see that flexor digitorum superficialis muscle originating in this and this part, they finally form the tendon. This tendon finally divides two part, and they insert in this middle phalanx in the medial and lateral side. Each of the middle phalanx is inserted by this tendon of the flexor digitorum superficialis. We see this, all this muscle of this area, these are the flexor group, these are supplied by the median nerve. This muscle is median nerve, these, except the flexor carpi ulnaris, it is supplied by the ulnar nerve. And this is the brachioradialis muscle. Brachioradialis muscle is supplied by the radius nerve, so the radial nerve. This is supplied by the radial nerve. These four muscles are the superficial muscles of the forearm. If we cut this muscle and expose the deep part, we can see this structure. Here the flexor digitorum superficialis muscle is removed. This is the pronator teres. This is removed, and all these muscles here is removed. And finally we can see these two muscles in the deep part. This is the flexor digitorum profundus, that is a deep flexor, and here is the flexor pollicis longus muscle. These two muscle runs, and in this deep part there is another muscle. This is the pronator quadratus. That means it is a quadrangular muscle, and it causes the pronation of the hand. These three muscle is known as deep muscle of the forearm. And here we see the deep muscles. Here is the flexor digitorum profundus. After removing this flexor digitorum superficialis, and here is the flexor pollicis longus. Flexor digitorum profundus has the origin in the ulna and a little bit part of this interosseous membrane. After originating this deep flexor muscle, the flexor digitorum profundus, they eventually transform into four tendons, and these tendons are long tendons, and they pass to the distal phalanx. Here is the distal phalanx, but they pass in between. These are the flexor digitorum superficialis tendon. In between the two slits of the flexor digitorum superficialis, the flexor digitorum profundus runs distally, and finally they insert in the distal phalanx. There are four part of this flexor digitorum profundus. They insert in these four digits. And the muscle, that is the deep muscle of the forearm, this is the flexor pollicis longus. We know that the pollax means the thumb, so it will be inserted in the thumb, and it is inserted in the distal part of the it is a proximal part of the distal phalanx of the thumb. Here we see that the origin of this flexor pollicis longus in the radius, lower part of the radius, and the interosseous membrane. These muscles are also supplied by the median nerve. Here there is a branch of the median nerve, that is the anterior interosseous branch. We will learn it later. These are the muscles of the forearm, and origin and insertion and nerve supply of these muscles. Thank you all.